So we've arrived at Neidpath Castle, and as you can see, it's very wet. This is Scottish hair. It's wet, it's cold, but absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to turn it around. I'm up on the top balcony here, and there is the views on the top of the castle. Bit of a ruin down there. See the hills in the background, the river. How beautiful is this? Alright, welcome to Neidpath Castle. This is where I am tonight. And apart from my sister, who is behind the camera, who you don't want to get involved in investigating, you don't like it, do you?
Not really.
Not really. So she's not actually going to be with me. Oh, we might try and get her into one little bit of a investigation, but apart from that, I am going to be tackling this place on my own. Now, it is just a tower, which is what you see here. And it was built obviously to fortify. There was a lot of clans, a lot of families around here, chieftains that would build these houses because there was constant battles, constant wars going on, and they needed somewhere safe when they're being attacked. Now, this stood for many, many years until the 1600s when Oliver Cromwell actually started trying to take it. He was firing from over the river there, so he did apparently manage to damage part of the castle here, and then after a while it just collapsed. So there is a section of it missing because of that, and it has got some of its own ghost stories as well, so we'll tell you who they think it might be. Other history from the place: they believe that Mary Queen of Scots came and stayed here, but we're going to go and have a look around, show you a little bit about Neidpath Castle. Come on in. All right, so the first point of entry that we come to is the chapel. And I don't think it was always a chapel. Now, the ghost that's here, they believe is a young lady, one of the daughters of one of the families that lived here, who fell in love, and her love went off to war. And when he came back, she'd been sitting there pining for him so much that she had started to waste away. She couldn't eat. She was so stressed, missing him so much, that by the time he came back, he walked right past her and didn't recognise her. And that broke her heart. And that's when she passed away. Makes a great story. Is it true? Don't know. Don't know. So, but we're here to find out. All right, my favourite place is always a dungeon. So we're going to go down to the dungeons.
That's not my favourite place, though.
At the moment, we do have the lights on because we have to see where we're going, and we're going to turn them off later, though. I will be doing a lone vigil in the dungeon, in the dark.
But not with me.
All right, so I'm going to bring you to have a look at this, not the toilets, obviously. But this little room here is the dungeon prison. And just above us is a trapdoor. So all of this was all, as you can see, it's not actually part of the wall they'd cut through at some point. But they had a trapdoor in there, and they would throw their prisoners down. It's the only way in there. Prisoners can't get out. The walls are about 10 foot thick. There's no burying out of that. And you would depend on your captors throwing food and water down to you as well. And you can only imagine how dark it would have been in there, and how long you would have been in there waiting to see if you get food and water, and it would have been horrible. So that is actually the dungeon prison. I'm going to be doing a lone vigil in there later. So, and by the way, I do look scruffy because this is the Scottish wet weather today.
We both have feral hair.
I have given up. I have given up on hair. Now this is interesting though. So you do have, actually you can see the water. Is there a stone? Is there a little stone?
I'm just going to throw you equipment.
I thought you were going to say I'm just going to throw you down. That would be what Ken would do. It's a little pebble. Little pebble just here. Let's see if we can hear it. Yeah, you can.
Not that deep either.
No. So that's a well. And they always used to put wells, a lot of the castles, a lot of the houses had wells in the basement. And that's because when they're invaded, when people are attacking, they surrounded them. One of the techniques is to starve the people out. So they eventually have to give in. But if you've got your water here, then they're not going to be able to do that to you. They're not going to be able to do it from making you dehydrated and thirsty and everything else, because you've got a constant water supply here. So as long as you've got plenty of food, you can hold out for quite a while. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on to this. And then you can see a bit better. It doesn't give the actual, this is huge. So you've got this big area here. And this massive well. The water at the bottom. That has to be the biggest well I think I've seen. Upwards. I also love the steps, the way they're so worn. Thousands of, hundreds and hundreds of people coming up them. Woo. Now the tapestries aren't old. We were told that it was in 19 something or other, wasn't it? It was a German artist, and it's all representing Mary Queen of Scots and her journey and how they believe she came here as well. So. Then there's this wonderful big room. So look at the size. The size of this fireplace. It's massive. And the reason it's so big is because as you look above you and behind you, those weren't there. So this was actually one huge big hall, and the ceilings were 26 feet high, so there was no room above us like there is now. So they needed a massive fireplace to be able to heat this whole place. I just can't fathom how much wood you would have to go through in one night in a fireplace this big. So, and how you would get the heavy wood up here. We've just gone through all those staircases to get up here. How on earth would you get the big wood up here to keep it going? Be 1.5 feet. And so it was, this is where we started. We even got Cag, who is still back in Australia, to phone through and join in the investigation. My sister, well, we used her as a trigger object.
So, yeah, I know. I've heard of Neidpath before, yeah.
Now there you go. It does actually mean cowpath.
Well, what can I say? Appropriate? No, I'm
There you
joking,
go, we forgot that.
joking,
We forgot that bit
joking.
of history for you. All right. Neidpath means
Okay.
it's Saxon for cow, and then path, obviously, for a path. And I can start calling, hey, we should nickname you Need. How are you, Need? You're from round here. So I got, what you can't see, is Patricia is sitting in a chair at the window, and she's, what are you doing?
Spinning.
Spinning. Not like she's not spinning. So she's not standing there.
Oh, she's not
I haven't
possessed.
drunk it yet.
She's not spinning on the spot or anything like that, but she's spinning.
Spinning using a spindle
Right.
and sheep fleece.
Would they have done that in those days?
Yeah.
Yes, they would.
They've been doing it since Neolithic times.
Have they?
Yes.
So the women in here would have known all about... Oh, no!
No.
The flux has just said no.
Not since Neolithic times.
You're wrong.
Or maybe whatever she's using is a little bit more modern version of what they used to.
I think in the 1500s they certainly would have had sheep and they would have used the fleece.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, I mean, they've been doing that sort of thing for a long time.
Yeah.
Nothing's going
Tell them they're telling fibs.
You see? I corrected myself.
There you go.
In Neolithic times they would have used fibre from plants, such as nettles.
All right. Was that you lighting the light up there? Thank you for that. That hasn't gone off red tonight. It's well timed. You've got other lights around this lady. I'm going to introduce. My name's Alison, and the lady sitting in the chair is called...
Trish.
There's also a lady you can't see. She's just
Hello, my name's Keg.
She's just a voice. But she's here. If you look at this little box here on the table though, you can see a picture, a painting of Keg. So around the room, I don't know if you've seen this stuff before, but around the room there's all these lights. You've already set one off. So if you go...
Rightly so.
Okay.
Quite rightly so. I was incorrect because I don't think there was sheep in Neolithic times.
So if you go up and set any of these lights off, then we know you're there. And we can chat to you. Now that lady, Trish, actually she's my sister. She wants to know, is she doing the job well? Do you think she's doing the job well? Can you light one of the lights up?
Just practical.
So I'm going to put this little box next to Trish. And then we're going to ask some questions. And can you see if you can put your voice on it? We're giving you our names. Can you be good enough to give us yours, please? Could you put it on that box, your name? Keg's going to ask some questions.
Okay, can you tell me what clan you were connected to? I can imagine in the winter this place would be absolutely freezing. Is that true?
We've got a huge great fireplace to the side of me. Would that have been enough to keep the house cool, warm? Ooh. My camera's just stopped working.
Was it?
Yeah. Alright, you can turn it off and listen back. Alright, you can turn it off and listen back. No. Alright, so if I go on headphones, guess what I left downstairs? My headphones. Why?
Oh, you're joking.
Why? Why? Do you know how many times I've gone up and down this flight of stairs? Talk to Trish. I'll be back in a minute.
Oh my gosh. So let me tell you some of the stuff that supposedly happens in, well,
Oh, do I want to know?
sorry?
Do I want to know?
Well, of course you do, because you're sleeping there. It's going to be great.
No, I'm not. I'm here on. I'm just here on a road trip. This is the very first time I've done this.
All right. Oh, you'll be fine. It's all good. I mean, it's only a very, very old castle with probably lots of deaths, and it'll be fine.
Well, that's the case in many places.
Okay, I'm putting myself on headphones.
Cool. Excellent. Okay, Alison, can you hear me? All right. Okay. So, is anybody there?
You working?
I can't hear because it's echoing. My name's Kag. What's your name?
Right. I can't. I'm trying.
Lady Jean, are you with us tonight?
Hair.
Oh, hello. Who's there? Can you give me your name, please?
Speak.
Yeah, I'm speaking to you. I'd love it if you could tell me who you are, who I'm talking to, just so I can be polite.
I didn't.
Who am I talking?
I didn't or he didn't.
Is there any chance, can you remember what your name was? Can you tell me your name?
Fall off.
How many living people are in that room tonight? Can you tell me, please? How many living people are in that room? Can you tell me if they are ladies or are they men? You don't want to talk to me? Are there any children there?
No, that's nothing.
No? That's a bugger. Have you come off it now?
Nah, nothing coming out.
Okay, alright.
It's very quiet. Alright,
Mm.
I'm going to pack up in here. You can keep me company. I think my sister's had enough.
I'm tired.
She's off. She's done a job.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I've spun the on my wall.
She's going back where it's warm. Unfortunately, using my sister as a trigger object didn't seem to work. So next, it was a lone vigil down in the dungeon. Oh, hello. Alright, so I'm just setting up. And already the lights are going off. Hopefully that caught it. Hopefully. So the flux just went off there. I'm going to put this over here. Alright, if you want to play with it, feel free. Now, that's a very weird lean. Thank you for doing that. What I find interesting about that, guys, is the fact that it did it after I asked it to do it, play with it. Well, thank you for that. All right, before I do anything, I am, as you can see, I'm in the dungeon. Now, this was a prison in its early days. This is where people put. Above me here is a trapdoor. Often this is the only way of getting people down into this little prison here. And you can only imagine how scary it would have been. The walls are 10 foot thick, so you're not going to be able to get your way out of here. And you're dependent on people throwing down food and drink for you, if they remembered. So we're going to try in here first. So if there is anybody in here, somebody's already played with the lights. You played with the green light on that triangle. And you also did the lantern. The lantern is probably more familiar to you. Maybe the rest of it isn't. Although I reckon it would be. Because I know lots of people have been in here and doing what I'm doing now. So just to let me know you're here. Because I can't see. Oh, thank you. I was going to say, can you light up a light, please? Thank you. All I've got in my hand is a cable, guys. Nothing else. Thank you for that. That's very kind of you. My name's Alison, by the way. Can I ask you to light a light up for a yes? Doesn't matter which light, any light. And we can play questions. All right. Were you a man? When you were alive, were you male? I can hear. I can hear subtle sounds, guys. It's almost like in here. Were you a woman? Were you a child? Can you light the light up again? For a yes? I know you're not a child, but I still brought a toy in. So it sounds like above us somewhere. Sounds like we've got, I saw a shadow then in the viewfinder. I thought it was, but it's my hand. So there's a motor or something that goes off every now and again, probably a fridge or something like that. Now my sister is here, she is on site. You might have seen her in a little bit of the walk around before.
Yes.
Oh, far out, I forgot that was on. Gasp. You would have found it very hard I'm just going to run with it, guys. I'm not saying it's a ghost. I'm not saying anything is a ghost. But I'm going to run with it to see if it goes anywhere. That's all. If it doesn't, I pull back. What's that one? During, it said. Suddenly a very cold chill on my face. So you said gasp. That's the song, whatever it was, cut out. When you were down here, would it be hard to breathe down here? You'd have no toilets. It would be disgusting. Being down here and all your filth. The other thing I didn't show you what to do, that light that you changed to green, on the other side is a red. I'll show you. You got green on one side, and you got red. So green, red. So what we do is we use green for yes, and we use red for no. You've got to wait for it to settle down though. You could make the noise. There we go. So now if you go up to it, either side, green or red, we could put Vox on. Alright, so maybe you can try and do this one instead. I can hear this one better. Can you remember my name? Can you remember what I told you? Which am I on? Ah. Can you remember the name I gave you? How come you said a word before? Thank you. Don't know what it said, but... Do you like the lights? Can you see the lights? Doing all this, and you by get my words out, by you lighting those lights up, that just allows me to know that you are here. Do you like music? I don't think that was said, by the way. I think that was radio. But it does bring it up. Do you like music? Did you used to hear music a lot? Do people sing? I can sing if you like. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Did that just say stop? I'm sure that said stop. But just in case that was wrong. I'm no good with that CAG. Alright, well, don't think you're going to be talking to me then. That's alright, you don't have to, if there is anybody here. Or maybe there isn't. Maybe all the lights that went off, maybe it's just coincidence. Just randomly going off. I'm just going to put it down to that. I'm going to put it down to... Alright, well I'm going to move on, but thank you for anything that you've given, whatever little. That was you. So, not sure we got anything there. Alright, so I'm going to move on. It's fairly quiet I'm not sure about the equipment. It's not like it's randomly going off all the time, so it's definitely not battery. There's no EMF, otherwise it'd be going off. The strip light would be going off, the lantern would be going off. There doesn't seem to be any fields in here, which kind of begs for why the equipment went off in the first place. Curious when I asked about the lantern at the beginning and said you can touch it again, it did, and then it hasn't really done it since. A couple of odd things. I've got to take the audio back, the video back, listen to it, see what we've got. But for the time being, I'm going to pack all this stuff up and I'm going to move to another spot. Hello?
I'm here.
You just went off.
I don't know why. Shut it down.
Left me all on my own, son. Oh, lantern. Now, there is nothing there. Oh,
okay. No,
hang on a minute. What's that under? It hasn't done it. There is a light under the stairs, though. I don't know if you can see, if you're watching the screen from Facebook. But why isn't it doing it all the time?
No, don't know what that is.
I'm going to go and have a look. Oh. I wonder if it's an internet thing. All right. Just in case it's internet, I'm going to move it. Where shall I put it, Kag? I'm just going to put it on the floor here. So.
I can't take you off of loudspeaker.
Ah, okay. All right, so just in case, just to be a little careful, should I say, I've just taken it off the step in case it's the internet that's setting it off. I'm at the very top of the castle now and I do seem to get a little bit of reception here. So as it was your turn tonight and there's nobody, it's still going off, Kev.
That should be going off now.
Not now, it's well away from everything now. That's you, thank you. Do you like that? If you do, maybe you can go and light up some of the other lights over here. We'll put some lights on your bed.
Interesting how it's the lantern again in another old building.
Yeah, isn't it?
But it's the one shape that they would recognise.
Yeah. You going to light anything up? Let me know you're there. Otherwise we're going to go.
Oh, okay, Estes.
That's the one. Huh? You can tell I'm getting really dizzy with tiredness now.
Yeah.
So I think we just do this and then I call it a night. I'll go and put myself on the other side of the bed.
Yeah. Alright, you ready? Okay, so if there's anybody here, my name is Cag. What's your name? Can you tell me, please? Did you used to live here? Alright. So nobody's here with us tonight? That's a shame. I'd love it if somebody was there that could talk to Alison or light one of the lights. There's lots of lights on the bed. Can you see those? If you go towards them, it'll light up. It'll be great fun. You can hear the voice, guys. It's just my family at the moment.
I keep hearing the word 10.
10? What does 10 mean? Why are you saying 10? Is that your age? Or how long you lived there? my friend there with some funny things on.
Behind you.
Who he is. Oh. Is it behind Alison?
Turn around.
That's her friend. Okay. What's behind her? Can you tell me? Please tell me it's a creepy figure, because that would be so much fun. If you're behind Alison, can you touch her on the shoulder for me, please? Just let her know that you're there. Think you could do that? If you're behind her, touch her on the shoulder. Just tap her on the shoulders and go, hi.
Percy!
Can you tap her on the shoulder for me, please?
I'm not really getting anything.
No, okay. It's fine now.
It's just feeling really... I mean, it's uncomfortable. I wouldn't like to be up here on my own. Cag. But... doesn't feel like I'm going to get anything. Alright guys, that's about it, I'm afraid, for Neidpath Castle for me. It's been quiet, really, really quiet, which goes to show you really just don't get things all the time. Dungeon was a little bit interesting with a couple of interesting equipment, and that's about all, maybe when the equipment went off with Patricia. But apart from that, nothing. Zilch, no EVP, no ghost box, no equipment. The way it happens. So, welcome to the real world of the paranormal. Hey, Cag?
Definitely.
Yeah, she's still there on the end of the phone, keeping me company. So, I'm going to pack up.
I am still here. Oh, you had the lantern, by the way.
Oh, yeah, we had the lantern. That hasn't gone off since, has it?
No.
We did have the lantern. Cag is on there, look. There she is. Well, you can just see a little bit of her hair. That's all right.
Hello.
Taking
Hold on, wait a minute.
They can't.
Hello.
Hang on.
Hello.
I don't think they can see you now. Oh yeah, they can. There you go. Can you see yourself?
Hello.
I should put you next to me like that. There we go. Look. So we can. So, Cag, how do you think it went tonight?
Well, I think, Alison, it was a quiet night, but interesting.
You reckon, Cag?
I do. I think it was very interesting.
You should.
Not a lot
When you
went
talk
off,
when you
but-
talk to me, you should look towards me, like to your right.
Well, the thing is, you're using a different camera to the one that I can see you on, so it's very confusing for me.
Okay.
Mm.
But anyway, there are ways of getting Cag to join me.
Yes. I'm here.
I can see. All right. Yeah, the lantern was interesting, but that's about it. It really, really feels like nothing. Some nights you just know nothing is going to happen, and we are flogging the dead horse tonight. But that doesn't mean anything. It just means that I'm just, either it's not interested in me, can't blame it, or it's just a quiet night. So I'm going to pack up. I've got a Bacardi and Coke waiting for me, I'm sure, downstairs. Get there before my sister drinks it all. And I'll see you again soon. All right. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
After a quiet night in the castle, I decided to try one last time the following morning. This time I set myself up in the chapel. Hello. Who's at this play with the lantern? Okay. Look at it. Thank you. guys, I don't think. Oh, hello. Everything's going off. Alright, so we're in the entry hall when you first come in. Wow, everything is going off. Alright, so far, I'm hoping that camera catches what you're hearing now is the REM pod. I've had the flux go off, and I've had the EMF light go off. So already, all the 3 different bits of equipment is going on. 2 go off by EMF. The other 2, the other one is by movement and heat. Alright, so if there is anybody here tonight, thank you if that's you playing with all these lights. Were you just checking out how it all works? My name's Alison. I don't know if you were watching me earlier in all the other areas. I'm the dreaded English. However, I actually am in Australia. It's a bit wonky, doesn't it, guys? Is that better? Looks still wonky. Oh, hello. Now that's the REM pod. I'm hoping it's catching on the other video. Yes, cool. So if I stand here, just make sure it's not me. Alright, so this is where I was standing before, guys. Nothing's going off with me being there. So I can stand within this vicinity here. I think my infrared's going a bit funny, is it? Keep an eye on it. Alright, so you were playing with the lamp over there. Did you like the lamp? That would probably be the most funny shape. My infrared's running out, guys. Hang on. Hello. There we go. So you do like the lantern. Thank you for that. Now I've got in my hand. Alright, I'm not here. It's funny how it's going from there to here. Can you light anything up on the table there? You did the green one earlier. I'm going to put this little box down here. I'm going to ask some questions. If you can put your voice on that, that would be awesome. Alright, so I've told you my name. My name's Alison. If you've got a name, can you put your name on that little box over there, please? Were you a Douglas? Are you a man? A woman? A child? Get you a toy out if you're a child. Are you the lady that's said to have pined for her lover? Tag stomach. He didn't recognise you and it broke your heart. Tag stomach. I love your castle. It's an amazing home. Thank you for allowing us to sleep here last night. It's funny how when we're doing the EVP, it's gone very quiet. None of the equipment's going off, although that was a tap behind me there. By the way, this is solid 10-foot stone. Building movement isn't a thing in this building. All right, go listen back. See, we got everything. That was me this time. That was me this time because there's a loose floorboard there. And sometimes that just jars the battery. Before, I can see the join of the floorboard, guys, it's there. No, maybe I proved myself a liar. It's not. Okay, I take that back. It wasn't. Sometimes you've got to be aware that if you've got loose floorboards and you're walking, it can dislodge the battery a little bit.
Are you a man?
No, I didn't tag that.
Are you a man?
Don't know what that is.
A woman? Child? Get you a toy out if you're a child. Funny how when we're doing the
No EVP. So go try GhostBox session and we'll call it quits. Alright, is anybody there? I'm sure you've seen these before. Oh, thank you. Oh, it's Flux, yes. So you have seen this before. I thought that said dead as well. I'll go listen back on this, guys. So you know what to do with this? Is this easier for you to talk through? What's your name? David. Did everybody hear David then? I'm going to run with it. I don't know whether it's radio or whether it's you, but I'm going to run with it. David, are you a Douglas? Maybe you used to work here. Maybe you looked after the family. Who are you, David? Are you a man? Are you grown up? Are you a child? Do you want to come and play with the lights, David? Oh, thank you. I don't know if anybody saw it, and I'm hoping that camera caught it, but one of the lights just went off on the strip light. Thank you for that. That's the first time that strip light's gone off all night. Thank you. Well, you've left the lantern alone now. You don't have to. That's a good one. How old are you, David? And if you're not David, if that was coincidence, that something came through at that point, 8. Oh my God, I've just got the chills. Hi David, you're 8 years old. Eight. Well, David, do you want to come and play? So why are you still here, David? Are you with anybody? Is anybody with you? You still there, David? Or whoever your name is. I'm just calling you David because I've got nothing else to call you. To me, you're David now. This morning. Do you sleep where you are? Do you rest? Well, I've got to go in a minute, David, but thank you. Or whoever's here. Thank you. I'm waiting. I can't wait for long because we've got to go. I'm waiting, waiting, waiting. Crickets are chirping. Well, what I can do, David, is I could leave this to the last minute. No, I can't. I've got to pack all this up. See, we're being chucked out soon. We're at the end of our time here. Maybe we can come back one day. Thank you for playing with the lights. I noticed they haven't been played with since I've been doing this. Yeah, all right with me going? Can you say goodbye, please? All right, I'm going to turn it off. That's really a person called David, thank you. There we go. You can still play with the lights though, I just can't talk to you through this. I am going to pack up though, so. Oh, thank you. Hopefully the camera's still catching it. And now the equipment goes off again. Excuse me while I get down at this angle. All right, I did say last night that that was it, but I'm going to have to do it again. This is morning, by the way, so I just thought I'd come and play in a room that we hadn't done last night. I say we, as in the proverbial we, by the way, guys. My sister, as you know, is here. She's not involved in the investigation. In fact, she was getting a bit freaked out last night. If you saw her in the video, she was very... And that's because she hasn't done this before, and she had a scary upbringing like I did with a house that terrified us, so she wasn't comfortable. But that's it for now. We didn't get much last night. I'm more intrigued with what I've been getting this morning. Excuse me for the funny angle, I just haven't got time to put cameras. The host is coming soon. Interestingly, the way the equipment was going off, and then the equipment stopped when I was doing the EVP and the ghost box. And I'm right next to that REM pod and it's still not going off, so I find that very curious, and I did get a little bit of a chill with the 8 with David. So, but Neidpath Castle, great place, definitely come and visit, come and stay, lovely place to stay, very unique. With that, I've got a crick in my neck, being down at this angle, got to rush, got to get all this stuff away, on to the next location. Thank you guys, catch you later, bye.